'Tis a journey, and you've reached the destination.
Hello and welcome everybody to Lysander's Trials number 4. This is the second stream of the event, and we've got Caution Fun here to cast with us. How you doing, man?
Oh, I'm doing great. So happy to be here. So ready to get casting with you. I'm honored. Thanks for having me.
Of course, of course. And we've got some great games for today. Up first, we're going to be watching D-Boom going up against Swift Joe. Then we've got your own Professor, and before I say his name, is it Professor F? Have I been saying it wrong for over a year now?
No, it's Professor.
Okay.
And don't feel bad though. I called him Professor F for about 3 months before he told me, "Hey, you can drop the hard F there." You know.
you can drop the hard F. So
yeah,
Professor F, everybody, it is confirmed. He's going up against our champion Clutch. That's going to be an insane one. Then we've got Assassinos going up against Krasen and Basics going up against Pluck. Great games for today. Caution, can you give me, as you've been a viewer, you've been a player, can you give me a little insight to your run throughout these first 3 events?
Yeah, I mean, so the first format was very interesting. I think it coalesced around a couple of key decks pretty quickly. Yeah, it was pretty consistent in those tournaments, a top 16 or so.
Yeah.
But at a certain point, when you're going against other great players with those same, types of deck lists, it comes down to 50-50s, and our players today are going to need some luck on their side as well. And this newest format I really like this newest format. Pretty diverse spread of deck lists as far as I've seen. I've seen a lot of domains that can run multiple archetypes, which is always awesome in a limited format. So yeah, looking forward to seeing what they bring today.
Definitely, and I think that's been one of the highlights of all of these events, that it's brought out every single god. We've seen, in the play to earn events and the GU stakes tournaments, even in the big Swiss, you saw certain decks being used over and over again every single set. In these ones, it's been just a little bit of everything. I think Magic has been the one we haven't seen as much out of, but hey, maybe we see some Magic today.
Could be cool.
Definitely. And here are those prizes. Now, what are you trying to crack in that shiny pack if you're getting first place?
Oh man, it'd be so much easier if they were Band of the Wolf packs.
It would be.
I mean, I guess, I don't know. Any shiny Magic card, I'll always take it, right? Kaya, yeah. I see Grapefruit Crush, recommend Kaya in the chat. That's a good one too.
Kaya is a good one. Helmna, those are just some leggies from the Mortal Judgment set, will be around for a long time.
Those neutral leggies, yeah.
Yeah, the Helmna, the fact that you can now hit, what is it? You could hit for like 40 if you wanted to, if you got off the bounty and a compost. Just make someone cry.
I've yet to see somebody pull that off, but
you know what?
I've certainly tried a couple times.
I think you've started my next bounty for the stream. That's, I think, what we're gonna do. But guys, if you're not in the AQUA.xyz Discord, hop in there, hop into the waitlist. I'm gonna be closing that waitlist very, very soon. If not today. Yeah, you know what? Get in there by tomorrow, and I'll probably be closing it tomorrow or Sunday. You definitely you don't want to miss this. It's the main event. There's so much to come, so many prizes, and you got these Lysander NFTs that, Caution, I don't know if you know, but the metadata for your NFT that you get airdropped, it'll have all your details for your tournament progression, how many matches you won, your final placement, your seed, all that good stuff.
Oh, that is awesome, man. Good job by you. Always pushing the envelope with this kind of stuff. That is awesome. I hope everybody takes advantage.
Yeah, honestly, take advantage. It is because of IMX that we can do this stuff. But yeah, you're right. We me and Yoris and the other people that I work with, they really took a deep dive into what we could do. And it was honestly because of this metadata refresh update that they gave us. Because usually, before, when GU does a balance change, they're actually updating all their metadata in one go. And it was you could only be, if you were a game studio or if you had a really big partnership with them, then you had access. Now we have access, and it allows us to do these amazing things.
Oh, that's awesome. I wonder if like other things like signed Gods Unchained cards are right around the corner with that. That'd be cool.
Ooh. Wait, like Caution Fund signed 1/1 Mythic?
Yeah, or I mean, like maybe like a tournament winner gets like a nice card that's like inscribed with their tournament win. I think that'd be pretty cool.
That would be sick, and it's definitely doable. It could be inscribed just in the metadata. That's like, oh yeah, my rolling watcher, he's got that special little tag that says, tournament winner, whatever. So many things are possible on this platform. But another thing are these safeguard incantation airdrops. If you're in the chat, if you're chilling, you could be chilling and being rewarded just by watching. So make sure you're getting into that. I'm going to throw up the pinned message so we can get some info on that during this next game. But you can also type !rewards to go to my website and see exactly what you need if you don't have a full profile. If you do have a full profile, it'll say pending. It'll tell you your watch time in hours, and you just hang out, watch the stream.
Easy clap.
Easy indeed. And chat, now you got to let us know who you think's going to take this first match. We're going to be watching D-Boom going up against Swift Joe. Now, Caution, I always ask CK, I'm going to ask you, what decks are we seeing first out of these two?
Oh, man, that's a great question. Like I said, I've seen such a wide variety in this latest format there. I mean, it depends. For me personally, if I'm feeling favored, I want to go with one of the decks that I know to be more consistent. So probably looking at something like Aggro War, or I've had quite a bit of luck with a mid-range control light list. That said, if you're not feeling particularly favored and you want to leave it up to the heart of the cards, you can always open with something like super aggressive aggro nature. Hope you go first and just hit that wildfire early. So.
And we've seen it. We've seen it in the finals. We've seen it in the first rounds. That nature is crazy.
It can go off, that's for sure. So yeah, I'm not too familiar with Swift Joe or D-Boom's particular preferences, but I would lean aggro if I had to guess.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, we saw D-Boom make it to top 4 in that first tournament. Big shout out to them. Swift Joe could take down one of the biggest contenders here, and we'll be able to see it. It's going to be D-Boom going up against Swift Joe for this first match.
Good luck to both. Let's have some good games.
Okay. And we see Magic. Hey, we got our Magic game. Let's go.
So quickly, too. Awesome. Against Thievery Deception. Okay.
Oh, my gosh. That god power, man. They're going to get, like, is there a god that, what's the god that that gives them the least value out of that? Who's got the worst 1-drops?
That's a great question.
Maybe Death?
Maybe Death. Just because, well, I guess Blade Bomb's pretty good, but a lot of the Death 1-drops are so,
War
made
2.
for Death specifically. Magic's a pretty good one, that's for sure.
Yeah, it's like Magic, Nature, and Deception seem to be like the cream of the crop when trying to generate those 1-mana cards, and honestly, it looks like they can just ignore. Yeah, they just ignore this Time Bomb here.
This is pretty interesting. Choosing Thievery, I expected it to be more of a mid-range or a control deception list, but it looks as aggressive as any other I've seen.
Yeah. And this Switch Duelist being 1 attack when it switches, they can't trade the Time Bomb in. They're not going to get that proc.
Necessarily a bad thing here. The move here is probably to chip that Time Bomb away with the Switch Duelist, because the 2 damage won't, there it is, do anything to that Armor Lurker.
So good. And we're going to be seeing some Armor Lurkers up in the main event. 100 of them going to be airdropped to people. Same way as the safeguards.
If the safeguards didn't get you to sign up, what will, you know?
Yeah,
but,
I know, right?
Yeah, Armor Lurker is a pretty solid second option, too.
Yep.
I wonder if we see both of those cards this game.
Oh, and the Ceres. Well, that's I haven't seen it's literally like we haven't seen this magic really at all in these castings. So I think we're getting a new look, but Snow Shaper has shown up. We have seen that a bunch, and it's good. It's so good.
Whoa.
What? Wait, what? Hold on a second. Am I seeing this right? They're running the
That's
flame
the first
color?
time. That's the first time that's ever been played in a tournament, right?
No, I think we saw it. Did we see it last stream? Okay, so I got hit with it recently, but they put Deadly on it and it wrecked me.
Wow.
Here, I'm trying to find a cause this is wait. Now I'm confused. I'm confused.
This is a doozy for the first match.
So Whisper Baron with the Diligent Architect. I don't think we've ever seen those two played at the same time.
Swift Joe.
Swift Joe pulling a fast one here.
This is a homebrew deck if I've ever seen one, and
It's
whoa.
They're being deceptive in their deck building. It's on theme.
100%, sure. Yeah, I mean, that said, D-Boom is finding, what you would want. Maybe with the exception of that Flame and that early healing elite, but, plenty of front lines, got the heals if he needs. This is looking pretty good for D-Boom.
Yeah. I see the Hidden Rush Control, first of its kind. And they have the Dart Maniac, but, nothing with that armor. This is interesting. And they have the Whisper Baron without the Hiding God power, which again, it's like that's only going to survive here it survives unless they decide to throw that Star Shard.
Yeah, which I think I would have.
Yeah.
Okay, there it is. Fair play to him. Yeah, and once you get for Swift Joe, I'm not sure what you do here. I think you're regretting that God Power choice pretty hard.
Well, yeah, I think you queue in with a different deck, maybe.
Man.
What? They got that from the Diligent Architect.
Yeah.
Not happy when you got that one. No.
2 extra health.
Jeez. And it just dies. Like, it usually dies. Even it has 1 health usually, even at 3 health. It's like, okay.
Wow, yeah, so normally if Hidden Rush Deception got a magic deck to 11 health, we'd be talking about the need to find safeguards and stuff, but
yeah,
it's so weird seeing just one front line be sufficient against what's clearly an aggressive deception deck, but they don't have the God power.
No. And then here it is, the Trebuchet just dies. They could have, so they didn't swing it in.
Yeah.
I don't like that. You had a blitz creature you just generated. Why not? Why not take it out? Yeah, I don't know, Chad. I don't know.
I can only guess this is like mind games to like throw off D-Boom for the next match.
Mind games, but are they? I feel like it's like reversing, going against themselves here, like acting like they don't have anything, but I don't think they have anything.
This is 4D checkers.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe he flips to like a all-out control deck at this point. Just Raptor Dance into like double Cutthroat or something.
Yeah, I don't think we're gonna see that.
I'm grasping at straws, man.
Because I think it's like it seems more aggro, and maybe they misclicked. They haven't used their God. Why didn't they use the God power there? Wait, why didn't they use it? They had 2 mana.
I think they started with the.
Did they
God
start with
power
it?
there.
Oh, okay. I feel like that's the first time then. I didn't see them use it again. So I guess we could say it was probably a misclick.
Man, oh man. D-Boom is into healing elite range, so even if Swift Joe does do that, crazy Rapture Dance play,
yeah, it doesn't matter.
It's tough for me to see a way out for Swift Joe here.
Oh, he has it.
There it is.
Yeah.
All right.
But now he gets 2 Helions thrown at him.
Don't call it a comeback, guys. But...
No. No. Because it's like even... Oh, okay. I was like, wait, what?
Oh, he plays the healing elite, and then we get anti-magic expert lethal. No, wait, he's still at 7 mana.
Yeah,
He's got
no.
3 turns till 8.
That
I
would
forgot
be
how much
nuts.
D-Boom ramped.
That would be
pretty cool.
Nuts. And even then, it's like now, even if they did have the anti-magic, they're probably going to get the second healing down. They're not going to be able to just go face. That's interesting.
Okay.
Wait.
All right.
That's...
I'm still like, yeah, you're gonna... You need both to die for lack of god power. It's such a tough spot.
Okay. Now, I thought for a second it was trial. Yeah, great for you. Know exactly what I was thinking. We had someone use the wrong cards on. I think it was the first stream. It was very entertaining to see.
Oh, they used like cards from a banned set?
Yeah, and it's like they just don't realize it, and then they go on GU stakes, they go to report their score, and they're like, wait, I lost. How did I lose? And like, oh, you threw in all your good stuff.
Well, hey man, I can't be mad at anybody but yourself in that situation. I know the Mudman fell victim to
really?
He was running. He didn't realize the format had changed from.
Wait,
Here's the cutthroat. Let's go.
Wait, you called it. Rapture
We're in here.
Into the cutthroat, and they can steal the Helion now, or they could take the Snow Shaper. They take the Snow Shaper.
Wow.
Wow.
What a twist.
Yeah, and then the Academy Familiar. Very interesting.
This is something else.
Yeah. But so you're saying Mudman didn't use the deck checker that is on the website to make sure you don't have restricted cards in your deck. That's what you're telling me.
No, he did not that time. That said, he has every single time since. So
that's amazing. Yeah,
he's a fast learner.
It's definitely, you want to use your tools, use the resources, and honestly, the fact that GU stakes is even a thing. You go into other tournaments, and it's great that there are other tournaments, but if you play, let's say you're a new player and you don't really know all the Genesis cards, and they play a Genesis card, and Genesis is banned, but you don't know that, they're going to have an advantage over you. They're going to be able to use cards that, they're not supposed to, but as a new player, how would you ever know?
Yeah, no, the fact that, in my head, like, it's almost irresponsible to host Gods Unchained tournaments on other platforms, just for the simple fact that, like, the results aren't verifiable on other platforms, whereas on GU stakes, it's done automatically. So yeah, just thank you guys for working to maintain the integrity of competitive Gods Unchained tournaments. I appreciate it as a player.
Of course. It's like, it also, as an organizer too, it took when I did the Year of the Gods, when I did the Play to Earn, whenever we had an instance of, someone used the wrong thing, the whole show stops, we gotta go to break, we gotta check this. As an organizer now, I don't even have to, I just tell them, go report your score, and it'll tell you if you messed up. And, there's some, manual things that we have to fix here and there, but for the most part, everything is automated. I get to put on this month of tournaments, which is, schedule-wise, doesn't make sense, but we did it. We're here. We're almost at the finals of the 4th one, so, it works. It definitely works, and it's been a treat. Look at this, another Rapture. This is turning into a very interesting game here. But oh wait, no, he has lethal next turn. What am I talking about? What am I talking about? Oh my god.
Oh, sorry, I didn't realize I'd muted
out.
I had muted my mic to cough, and I never unmuted it.
Oh, so you were talking to yourself?
Nice.
Nice. Very good.
My
Very
bad,
good.
guys. Game 1.
Game 1. That was it.
Working out the kinks, but yeah, no, definitely well played by D-Boom there. Put himself in a situation where only he could win. Although Swift Joe did have an opportunity on 8 mana to find that anti-magic expert.
Swift Joe should have won. I think they had the right deck for it. It just weird cards coming out, or maybe not the right deck, but just the intention. I feel like they had. I'd like to think they had what it takes, but they didn't, and they're gonna be going into game number 2 here between D-Boom and Swift Joe. Let me see, Death versus. Oh, don't tell me it's the same one. Okay, they picked. It had to be a misclick. It had to be a misclick. I think they're just requeuing.
That is so interesting. I would love to see their deck list. Swift Joe, if you're watching, yeah, if you could send over the code, I'd appreciate it. Okay, so
actually, I
D-Boom found their
I can
gimmick.
check that. I'm gonna get you that deck list.
Oh, sick, man! Appreciate it.
Yeah, you remember that? So Geostakes is working on something in the background, and I sent it to you. It's like a private deck or a private match lookup.
Oh, the direct challenge thing? Yeah,
Yes.
that looked nice. How's that coming along?
Yeah. So if I grab their player ID, I should be able to do that. But we see Death.
The other gimmick too.
We see Death.
Okay, so Necroceptor, Cursed Obelisk. If there's a god that can deal with both of those things, it is Deception. Bound by her will, Counterfeit.
Yeah.
That said, we did not see either of those cards out of Swift Joe last match. Curious to see if we get either of them this game. Zombie mission accomplished. And reduce the Swift Joe's favor by 2. Okay.
That like, you forget about that, and then it happens, and you're like, wait, that's not fair. I did the math right. No, like,
it's one of my least favorite things.
Give me my favor.
Oh wow, this deck goes all the way up to end times. Okay, that explains the Ruined Asp. I wonder what other high mana, high impact cards D-Boom has chosen to include here.
End times is interesting.
Just make sure he's a 0 favor.
It's on the 18th.
Oh, Trial of the Underworld and the Mulligan? Good lord.
Oh.
I wonder if we have like Kaya in the 6 mana slot. Probably Neferu, I guess.
Yeah, it's heavy.
This looks like a deck that would prefer Neferu. There's the Flame Caller again!
The Flame Caller! Dude! Wait, it's crazy here though! Wait, this is
so nice!
This is so good! What? No way!
Oh my god.
Swift Joe, I mean, if that's not a testament that, like, some cards really do show up sometimes, that's wow. Wow.
Everybody saw that Blade of White Plains was banned and thought, great, now I can play Guild Enforcer. But Swift Joe thought, great, now I can play Flame Caller. And it's working. Demands the Blight Bomb. That is awesome.
So if you look here, this is his deck. He has a Balthazar in there. He has a Desert Mercenary. Prison Escapee. 1 Witherfingers. 1 Flame Caller.
So many one-offs.
Yeah, a lot of one-offs. Wow. I mean,
that explains how he's able to include all of these different cards.
Man's got 35 cards in the deck. Jeez.
But the Rapture. Okay.
This is interesting. I don't think they're gonna be able to win off this though. Like, it seems like D-Boom's gonna have so many things.
I didn't see any relic removal in that deck.
Yeah, no relic removal. Oh, actually, no. Yes, a 1 Nightleaf Trapper. Just one.
I was looking for counterfeits.
Oh no, just one.
Okay, I guess.
and Blade Borrowers, the Diligent Architect, like very interesting inclusions. The Satyr.
Actually, yeah, would you bring the deck list back up? Because I saw a double Blade Borrower, but I don't remember seeing Bound by Her Will.
No Bound by Her Will.
No Bound by Her Will.
No Bound by Her Will. They just want to reduce. They don't want to steal. They're a polite deception.
They do have an Onyx Nightblade, which I guess could kill an Obelisk.
So
I see the double Selfless Guildmate here. This is sick.
Yeah, no, Alien in the chat making a really good point. You know, this could be a Midnight Shadow player that just said, hey, I'm going to join the tournament and we'll see how it goes. And here they're in.
Play the cards you have, man.
Right, they're in the top 128, and they're going up against one of the best, someone who took down top 4 previously. And look, the Nightly Trapper finds its way, and it gets value. So you can't hate on it. The Flamecaller got value. The Nightly Trapper got value. I don't know how much longer they're gonna get value, but we'll see. Oh, thank you, Villager. Thank you. That's huge. So they are a Shadow player. Going up against D-Boom, who you gotta think is probably in Mythic or at least up there. And the second cut, or was that the second or his first one? Oh, I'm thinking of last game.
Ooh, nice cut throw.
Yeah.
Well
so they could take away the trial, right? Or they could go for the end times to deal with the trial. What are you thinking?
Man, yeah. I honestly, I think you have to go with the end times.
Right?
It's because that solves a problem that you don't really have an answer to elsewhere.
No. I think they got a little excited there. They saw, oh my gosh, I can get a 5, 6, 7, 8 on board. Mind you, they don't have any. So, you know, if there isn't one in either voids, you're not getting anything.
Yeah, and I mean, you know, your opponent has the answer.
Mm-hmm. They could eventually take that 6/6 that comes out of the end times, but it's like now D-Boom knows you have it, so he could try to play around it. And this Dart Maniac, the Flamecaller, the Dart Maniac showing up,
putting in work.
Okay, but this is big. Wow, that's a big Neferu, and you know, putting him on 9 health now.
I think Neferu costs more than Swift Joe's entire deck, so
probably.
Yeah, that's it's gonna be tough for him to overcome. If he could Blade Borrower and Bound by Her Will, that'd be awesome. But yeah, no bounds in the deck is very interesting.
Yeah,
all
no
of the
bounds.
Strength Steal.
Okay, the Hypnotist comes out, and it's really nice when you have that one creature to sleep guaranteed. And I think, yeah, they're thinking about stealing away this Rune of Life. I like it. You know, you don't give them the option to get to 12, but you could give them something even better. I don't know if anything's
interesting.
Okay.
I think it just Helmna there.
Helmna? Maybe they're hoping for some immediate damage to get some more strength on it. It is nice. Maybe they grab the Rune of Life so that when they do Helmna, they can buff it even more.
Oh, that could very well be what D-Boom was thinking there, but
oh, and look at this.
Yeah, I think on that last turn.
End times now at 9. They can't play it next turn.
Amazing.
Balthazar, insane.
Amazing.
That's actually, so yeah, it puts the Rune of Life up, puts the end times. It's only on the first turn though, right? Yeah, it's only one turn. All right, so that card sucks. But we see it, so we are going to commentate it.
Yeah, no, like, if anything, we should all thank Swift Joe for bringing Balthazar and Flamecaller into the fold. Like,
right.
Yeah, no joke. I mean, being outside of the first round of a tournament with those cards in your list, and like, again, asking some tough questions of D-Boom, who we've seen perform super well in these tournaments, clearly has access to all the cards. Like, I mean, that's really impressive.
Yeah, and you know, they're not making it easy for D-Boom either. You know, someone who's made it to top 4, you would just think, yeah, they'll take this. They're gonna make it past 128, past 64. Swift Joe's got something to say about that. Now there's a big Helmna. Although this Helmna is the perfect hunting trap. We didn't see it. They don't have it. It would have been. And there's a Stone Skin.
Maybe give something else deadly. But yeah, you gotta push face here.
Mm-hmm.
Try to force your opponent into playing that end times. Although I don't know if Trial of the Underworld and Response gets you out of it.
No, right? Because you're only... Are you even getting anything? If you play it to deal with the 6/6?
Well, I mean, you might get a Kaya, you might get the Neferu.
Oh, right. Kaya Neferu.
Neither of those deal with the 6/6.
Mhm.
So you'd have to make sure you're still at a lethal range.
Well,
But,
Kaya technically could, right?
Could, yeah.
If you're lucky. If you...
You have a
if
prayer.
Yeah.
But yeah, that Helmna would be the more important get.
Right. So here, it looks like they have to end times, right? Or else they're dead.
Yeah. I mean, they can... they
okay,
can take some damage off the board and heal a little bit, but
I think
none of it's good enough.
I think it's really important to note here, like we said, okay, they're running Blade Borrow, but no bound. Here, they've just put Neferu out of range to deal with the Guild Enforcer or put any damage on it. The Voracious Fiend with Leech now has 0, can't get healed. They've actually taken these cards and really given them a purpose here.
Yeah, and D-Boom is going with the option of taking damage off the board without playing end times.
I don't like it. I don't like leaving them with so much here.
Yeah, I mean, even if you max heal...
Wait.
Still awfully close.
So they hit with the Neferu. Why?
Not 100% sure, to be honest.
Why? Yeah, why did they... I thought they were going to heal it.
Yeah, maybe they thought they were going to heal it, but ended up going with the Helmna there instead. So yeah, what do we need here? Three guild creatures?
They want Neferu to die, that's why, because they want it to come back.
We got the Vow in the Sanctum, so 1 guild creature in hand, and Swift Joe has it.
Really? Oh, that's it, right?
Boom.
Diligent Architect?
Diligent Architect, if he sees the Vow in the Sanctum, that's lethal.
No way. There's no way.
Wow.
Oh my gosh, Swift Joe doing it. Pushing it to a game 3. Holy.
Amazing.
Oh my. What a game.
Really, really well played. Wow.
Wow. I mean, you cannot count out these players. It doesn't matter what your Shadow, your Rusted Bronze, oh, maybe not Rusted Bronze, but, your Shadow going up against a contender like D-Boom, they aren't scared. They're going in here and saying, I've built this deck without any of the, it seems, the meta taken into account. They're throwing in these cards that aren't comboing with the cards you would see them with, but it works.
That works. Honestly, including singular answers to certain situations is always a risky proposition because you're only going to find it half of the time you need it, as opposed to running 2. But
you know what?
Swift Joe found them and played them in the perfect order. And
literally, they are getting the cards
awesome.
when they need them. Who needs top decking when you're Swift Joe? And we've got game number 3. Yeah, literally.
Oh, and the role reversal.
That's nice. I like that. D-Boom saying, okay, it worked for you. It could work for me.
That is amazing. I don't think I've gone through any set and not seen Nature, Light, or War from either player.
Oh my gosh, you're right. Wait, we spoke about that earlier. We're getting all the gods that we didn't expect. That's amazing.
Magic, Death, and Deception, and that's it.
And it's not even the deception that we expected too, because we're obviously going to expect probably what we're seeing on D-Boom's side now.
Yeah, I mean, that goes back to what I was saying earlier there. The deck diversity in this limited format is really cool to see. There's a lot of domains that can run multiple archetypes. And, that's more true here in this limited format than it is on the ladder with certain domains. So,
and
I really love to see it.
For someone like Swift Joe too, they are a lower rank. that means that they might not have access to some of the more expensive cards, but because Genesis is banned, because Aetherbots is banned, because Light's Verdict is banned, it gives them that extra bit of like, okay, you've got some breathing room here, and cards like Flamecaller, cards like, you know, the Balthazar, they get thrown in and they worked. I mean, you can't say it didn't work.
Yeah, yeah. This is an interesting setup here, though. I mean, D-Boom is clearly hidden rush deception and a pretty heavy opening hand there. Only had the Switch Duelist under 3 mana. Pips up into the Whisper Baron, which kind of means, you know, unless he draws something else, he's got to play that surprise delivery. That's actually really good against zombies. Their whole thing is going super wide.
Right.
So, you know, I wonder if he gets some chip damage here on it so we can kill it with the God Power there. That's probably a smart play.
Yeah, and it's interesting that they threw out that 4/3. They took 4 damage, knowing that they had a Switch Duelist that could just trade. I guess they were hoping that D-Boom would just ignore it, but it's an easy trade. And yeah, look at this. The Blight Bombs, like, if it's not hidden, it's getting taken care of.
Yeah, certainly. Luckily, everything has hidden. So, should get a little bit tricky at any moment here. Gonna opt for the Shapeshifter. Okay, super fair.
Yeah, I like it. They
Plug
could
that hole
they
quickly.
could have done like what, a ping, but then it would have been kind of awkward to play something else. And this surprise
Yeah, I was
delivery is
thinking-
going to be great.
Yeah, I suppose that will be great at any point in the game. So, yeah, probably not the worst idea to save it.
Yeah, and now they have this Dark Knives too that they could, you know, use for... Oh, they can't use it for the Switch Duelist, but they're going to be able to, if they want to, hit for 7, hide it. They've got the Loken coming.
See, now this is frustrating. Now the surprise delivery hardly gets any value.
Right. Yeah, I was going to say, like,
You can't
might
even
have
decide
missed
to
it.
race here, just like, you know... Well, I guess you probably could if you God Power one of the zombies.
Yeah,
And then you
they
swing with the
could-
Dark Knives, you can stick the Rune of Strength on it.
Okay,
And,
okay.
Yeah, if like they have Ray of
there it
Disintegration, at
is.
that point you're cooked.
Yeah, and the surprise delivery
I
is
like this
nice.
play.
Yeah, it's nice.
Get
it
it
fills
down.
up their board. Someone in the chat saying they put the obelisk in the wrong place. So, you know, you don't want to put it in the middle, because if you get that buff sequence going on, you're not you're not going to buff the stuff on the left, right?
Oh, fixed.
Yeah, that's one way to do it. But is
He's
that true,
looking 2
right?
turns ahead.
If they're on the left side, they don't get buffed?
I think it matters where you place it in relation to that 5 mana card that
The
like buffs your
Netherswarm.
whole board.
The
So,
Lord.
Yeah. I don't know if it was 100% relevant there, but I'm also not
it doesn't
expert
matter.
on zombies by any means.
Avocado saying it doesn't matter once the Lord is right of the obelisk. Okay, so you just have to make sure that that placement is correct. And look at this. They're going to be hitting for 9, then 18, maybe even more.
Yeah, wow. Plus the 6 he takes from barrels here.
Oh, yeah, Barrel's going to do 6. That puts them to 11. If they have another Dark Knives, it's over.
Yeah, even just that second surprise delivery there, that spells trouble as well.
Yeah, it does. It definitely does. And D-Boom looking real nice here. They've got more damage to throw. They've got the Lokian that could come out. Now, should the Lokian stop the Necroceptor? I think it should. Why is the sleep on the god only in relation to the swing? Why can they use the ability? Why, like, they should be sleeping. How do you use an ability while you're sleeping?
Well, it's not an ability, right? Like I think all cards with passive abilities work even if they're sleeping or if they're ordered.
I'm talking about the god. You know, like the effect of it should be paused, no? Like
Yeah,
what?
I don't know.
Like
I
what
think
kind
you
of
would want it to
value?
say,
You know?
like, I think you would want it to say like your opponent's relic goes to sleep or something.
Yeah.
In that case. Yeah, I don't know.
It's just like
Getting into the weeds.
when does Loki and Disciple? When does what's that nature card? The 3/3. When do they don't really get value out of their effects? There's very few times where they threw a relic and they have to swing next turn, and I threw the one card that sleeps their god. Like, you know?
Yeah, it was. I remember when that big relic war deck was running around there.
Mm-hmm.
Lokian was one of the more problematic cards to see.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I guess yeah, Lokian's interesting. I don't want to beat him up all that much there. See, he's got to look at Avatar Deception every day and go, dang. You know?
Yeah, exactly.
I should have got that, you know.
So D-Boom here looking like taking game number 3 over Swift Joe, but Swift Joe, they have a special place in our hearts here. You know, they showed up with
I want to see
deck.
double return to caves.
No. That's not gonna happen. D-Boom gonna take game number 3, push it to top 64. Very nice.
Yeah, really, really well played by Swift Joe there.
Yeah.
Definitely, you know, forced D-Boom to dig deep, which, you know, to his credit, as we've seen time and time again, was able to do. So congratulations to him. Moving on.
Yeah. Very nice. Very nice indeed.
Oh, Swift Joe in the chat.
Hey,
How you doing,
Swift Joe.
Well played.
Yeah, well played. It's good to see a player like you come in and show your stuff. We love to see the content.
It was
And honestly,
good stuff.
if I don't know if you recorded your match, but even if you lose in these, send in your content because we could have done a two-hander. Oh, you were in top 16 last tourney? Oh yeah, Swift Joe. Even if you lose in the future, now you don't have to, obviously, because we just watched it. But in the future, always send in your videos, whether you win or lose. You actually would have gotten double rewards because D-Boom also submitted it. You lost a core? You're right. Yes, we did watch that. We watched that last Saturday, and then you casted core after caution.
Oh, yeah. I remember that.
Wow. So, I mean, hey, they did it last time. They weren't able to do it here, but going forward, I think we're going to see more out of Swift Joe. You know, they're one of these people that come in and people don't know them, but now they're going to know them. They're going to know these names, and they're going to be a little scared going into these next matches. And yes, there are rewards for submitting videos. You get 2 gods for submitting a video that gets streamed. You get 2 more gods if both you and your opponent submit it. So that's why I want people to, you know, tell your opponent, hey, if you have that video, submit it. I want more gods. You want more gods. Come on. Some more gods.
Everybody wants more gods.
More gods. Come on. Like, why wouldn't you do it? Submit those videos. Get us that content. It's going to be amazing all the way around. And here are those prizes.
Looking good. Oh, I have a new answer for what I'd like to get out of these shiny packs.
Oh, okay.
I'd like a diamond encumbered looter.
Oh, the encumbered looter, again, it's one of those Mortal Judgment cards that you could just kind of throw into things. Like, oh yeah, I want draw. I've been throwing it in nature because nature doesn't have draw. Now I have early draw. It's a hidden creature. It can hit for 2. Why not?
Yeah, I'd like to. I've been thinking a lot about hand buff war because that's a domain or an archetype that, you know, I've wanted to be a thing for a long time. Getting a bit of support in Band of the Wolf there, and there's, you know, an Olympian card in Band of the Wolf that makes me think Out of Its Misery might be a thing. And
Ooh.
Out of Its Misery on Encumbered Looter is like one of my favorite plays in Gods Unchained. It's just, it feels so clean every time.
Yeah.
You end up with, you know, just thinning out your deck, buffing something. It's really nice. So yeah, diamond encumbered looter. That'd be my answer.
Okay. See, I'm going for a diamond leggy, selling it, and then buying the diamond encumbered looter. But you do your thing. It's fine. It's fine. Save the diamond leggies for me.
Middle curved that one.
You did not ask Santa for, you know, 3 more wishes. You know, that's how you got to do it. But we do have another match we're gonna get into, and caution, this is this hits home.
Oh boy.
We've got Prof and they're going up against our former champion, Clutch from Infinite Mana. We've got TST versus Infinite Mana. Can you tell me a little bit about this? Can we call it a rivalry? Can we call it a, what do we call it? Is it like a two, you know, the two warriors of the town going off? There can only be one?
I don't know if we think about it that way, and I haven't spoken to them about it.
In like a competitive thing, not like, you know, oh, we're better than you. It's more just like seeing you guys, like the best players going at it. It creates that kind of like, you know, Goku Vegeta story arc.
I do feel like there's you know, a little extra buzz in the air every time one of the games has two players with brackets in front of their names.
Yes.
Yeah, it does make you think, you know, there's a little more at stake here. And yeah, I mean, these are two of the oldest teams in Gods Unchained, two of the best, most well-known players in Gods Unchained. You know, this should be like a semi-final matchup, realistically. The fact that we're getting it this early in the tournament is just a treat for us viewers here.
Well, some people didn't think it was that much of a treat. You know, they had a little bit to say about our seeding methods. While they were a little funky, it did allow for, you know, these week-long tournaments to happen, to be seamless, you know, for people to be able to play within a 24-hour range. That being said, I don't think we're going to be going through, you know, going forward with week-long tournaments. I think that seeding is very important. People thought I didn't think. I really do. It's caution, I promise. I know seeding is very important.
Oh, I know you know.
But, you know, it worked out that we
no.
had, like, you know, basically mini regionals within a bracket. Whether you like it or not,
totally
it's
see
like
the reasoning for it.
Yeah.
I mean, that said, you know, you look at somebody like Professor's, you know, potential path here. You know, playing Natamale in like round 1 is no joke right off the bat.
Yeah.
You know, round 2 Clutch. And then just like you go on down the line, this entire side of the bracket is loaded, like, you know, just every which way. We got, like, right underneath, we got Squid and Grapefruit Crush in the second round, like two, you know, perennial tournament top 8ers going at it.
You know what, too, is like,
me.
if you, and there's you, if you think about it too, as we progress, when we get a tournament where we could fill out 500 people just from NA East, then we'll have a really, really good, you know, then, you know, Infinite Mana, TST, you guys won't be seeing each other as much in the first rounds. But because we are a small community, because, you know, we max out at 256 sometimes, a lot of these players who are very good, you guys meet early, and, you know, it's tough. But we just saw Swift Joe, who D-Boom probably didn't think was the, you know, they probably saw stats and they're like, you know what, this is probably going to be easier than, let's say, you know, a top-seeded, high-seeded person or low-seeded person. But they gave them the business. They showed them that they weren't just, you know, going down. And here we're going to see Clutch going up against Prof. Right now, you can let us know in chat. We're going to get into it.
You know, I got to cast my vote there.
I mean, you know, I got to cast my vote. I got my boy Clutch. He's the champion. He just took down the tournament. Ain't no way he's losing here, caution.
Yeah, I don't know. You know, it's, you know, one of the best students of the game versus the professor. So
Right.
You know.
He is. But hey, that happens. You know, the student eventually surpasses the professor. Will Clutch do it here?
Well, Clutch, you know, again, that executable still working, still going first in an aggro mirror match. So, you know, definitely not what you want to see realistically if you're the professor. You know, oh, that's an important miss though.
Oh, but it does proc the Finian. So
It's
not
just
the
pretty nice there.
Yeah, not it's like they probably had another play, but missing allowed them to throw the Finian and get that value. And now
These
Prof,
archers kind of open up doors here.
Yeah, it's interesting that he's
He's
running
and end
them.
up with 2 archers on the board.
Yeah.
I doubt that's what he wants to do, but he'll probably use at least 1 to clear.
It's
Get the
interesting, you know,
apple boy out.
they include them and they're both drawn in the starting hand.
Yeah.
So he's thinking about
Prof almost looks like he's playing a couple weeks in the future with an Olympian
Oh, right.
Light build.
Olympian Light. He's testing it out. I mean, that will be fun. When these new cards come out, I cannot wait.
Wow, he is going to take the full clear route. Okay. Well played.
I mean, if you can, you
Cool
do,
line.
right? Against nature, especially this, where you get rid of their fruit.
Yeah, I was thinking you might want to leave like the 3/4 with confused up and have the 2/2, the 1/2, and the 1/2. You know, that said, that was relatively clean.
Oh, and we see the Briar that gets no value. There's no relic up, but Prof probably doesn't have a or no, they could have the Serene Blade. That could work here.
Or even a spear. I wouldn't
Or
be
spear, yeah, spear
all
too.
that surprised.
And yeah, I mean, them throwing out the Briar is one of like their only ways of dealing with the spear. It's their biggest relic removal.
Yeah, it almost makes me think
Uh-oh.
problem.
Yeah.
Okay, GG's. But realistically, unless he top decks a levy here, yeah, that's not it. Yeah, that's over.
You think so?
Yeah, I think you start thinking about the next game.
Okay, well, I
don't want to sound too pessimistic, but I mean,
yeah, that's your teammate right there. Show some faith.
There's no way out.
Yeah, people calling GG's in the chat. I mean, when they do get the Daganov, it can be tough. This Martyr, it helps. They're not going to be able to clear after the Martyr.
Yeah. Yeah, Dagon's... Yeah, I mean, I know people have not been the most stoked on Dagon, really, since it's been released.
And since it got nerfed.
Not because it's like super great in every single scenario, but it's just it can come down on turn 2, usually on turn 3, and you have one turn to answer it. And if you don't, it can just get so far out of hand.
Yep.
You know, there aren't very many 3-mana cards that can win you a game single-handedly, but that's certainly one of them.
Yeah. Okay, well, they have a clean 5 here, but that's going to dump everything they have, and it puts Prof in a very awkward spot. But can they could...
They can get rid of the Dagon here. But,
yeah, you have to, right?
Damage is done.
You have to.
Such clean trades here.
Oh
even
my
if the Jaguar
gosh.
misses.
And in this format, there's no blades, so
Which it
Guild
doesn't.
Enforcer is going to stay. It's not going anywhere. And the Lights Levy is so late. Oh,
Two
no.
turns too late. Oh, respect the Prof, though. Playing it out.
Yeah.
Right. This is where you go back to your arsenal of decks that you have available for this tournament. And you start thinking about, what am I going to pick next game?
Yeah.
Maybe, you know.
Oh my
take
gosh,
a
the
fresh cup of coffee,
wildfire.
Grab some water.
Yeah, definitely gonna need a refresher after this one. Prof getting a beat down here.
Yeah. That said, you know, Prof is one of the more level-headed individuals I know. So if anybody can take this in stride and bounce back, it's him. So
there it is. The
hopefully
concede.
it comes back clean for game 2 there.
Yeah, Clutch taking first one there. It's, you know, they just got a good start. They got a good start, and we'll see if they can get another good start. But hey, you've got Clutch's nature out of the way, and that might be one of the scariest decks to queue into in a tournament. After that championship too, did you see that 50-50?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I will. That will live in my memory forever. That 50-50.
I mean, we said it during our top 8 cast, the Mudman and I there. You know, once Clutch beat me in the last tournament, you know.
You're right. Oh my gosh, you're right.
History dictates that he's destined to win the rest of the tournament.
No
same
way.
as you know, I'm guessing if I took him down, I would have gone on. But
so he's your dark horse, and you're his dark horse. You guys are each other's dark horses.
Yeah.
Wow.
I guess so.
That's
we found
awesome.
a glitch, that's for sure.
The glitch. It is rigged. It's scripted, people. Bylon was paid to throw that 4th game. I saw that when I looked back at the chat. Someone said, yeah, Saints paid Bylon to throw 4th game. Oh, gosh.
And just, you know, hey, those are sweaty moments.
Oh, yeah, they are.
I can certainly attest to that.
All right, well, we've got game number 2 between two of the sweatiest. It's Prof versus Clutch.
And what do we go with for game 2?
Ooh, War against Light. We've seen Clutch throw out the Light, but I think War is so strong in this format.
Yeah, I mean, if this is an aggro light list,
Valka's Presence?
I don't really. Oh, whoa, Bloodthirsty.
Bloodthirsty Spear? Wait, what?
Oh, okay, wow, yeah. So this looks like, all war decks. I feel like at this point, by default, lean aggro in these limited formats. That said, this is definitely more of a mid-range list, and I mean, if I could pick a scenario to like come into in this second game off of that first game there, I would want to be going first. And if I'm going in with this deck, I probably want to see something like Zoo Light. And if that is indeed what Clutch ended up choosing here, I assume he would have gone Heal God Power if this was a mid-range control light list. So yeah, I mean, super early, obviously. Only one card to come down, but looking decent for Prof here. Better than last game.
Caution, I accidentally put the minimum watch time to 3 hours, so a bunch of people sneakingly got themselves a card.
I beg your pardon?
So for the watch time right now, it's minimum of 4 hours, and I accidentally put it to 3 hours today. So some people snuck in and got themselves a nice safeguard. So if you did, all to you for taking advantage of my mistakes. I think that's something we see a lot on these streams.
We're testing in production, folks. All right, pretty solid trades to make there. Yeah, he's got that. We saw the Orcish Elite in the mulligan. We all the blitz, all the twin strike. This is looking pretty solid. Unless Clutch can like take board back right here, which he could with either levy. Yes, I guess maybe.
Well, this Wolf Cult, I know they need one more mana to throw that. They could clear the Theist, but they're gonna go for the Aging Veteran. That Spear only has 2 attack, right?
Yes. Very interesting inclusion there. Certainly not what I expected to see. Debating on whether to throw that and establish that little spear. I think you have to hold. All right, yeah. I was gonna say you might end up throwing, 1 or 2 things in and then devouring blading here. Clutch still has a pip, I believe. Hard to see with
with the logo.
the logo right there.
Hey, you gotta get the logo in there. You got to.
I think this might be the old layout.
Oh right. Oh yeah, because of how things have shifted. I feel like maybe the bottom right would be nice, or like the top, like right under, or not under the deck because of the game log.
Yeah, they need Free Dan set us up with something nice for the new layout.
Oh, nice. Yeah, it's one of those things. Like as a content creator, you have to like be attentive to all the little changes, because they could just mess up your overlay. They could mess up your setup. Which honestly, for me, the day before we started casting, or like 2 days before we started casting, that's when they changed the hand position. So I had to change all of my sources to shift them over and like realign everything. I'm like, come on, like I wish I wish I could know this stuff ahead, but we get it when we get it, and here we see the Wolf Cult. It's gonna be able to clear things.
Yep, that is a full clear, super clean, and Clutch is down to 1 card in hand. Prof has so many cards that are capable of, creating 2-for-1 opportunities. Yeah, I mean, this looks pretty clean.
Yeah,
Clutch there. He could even Devouring Blade and then play the Spear and just not even have to swing into the Skilled Enforcer. I think that's what he's gonna do.
Oh, I love it. I love it. If we see that, that is amazing. So what Caution is saying, if you didn't get that, if he throws the Spear out, oh, he's not gonna do it. Is he? Oh, he's gonna do it.
There it is.
He sees it.
Yeah. Nice.
Wow.
Love
So
doing that.
the afterlife of the Devouring Blade gets rid of the creature. They don't take the 4 damage, which honestly 4 damage wouldn't really be that big of a problem here, but they opt to use that health as a resource, and here comes the Imp.
Yes, indeed. Choosing to keep that relic available to him. Fair play. And yeah, that's a really interesting play. Usually I found myself pulling that at 7 mana with those big relic war decks. You know, playing the Devouring Blade into a Blade of Sticks.
Yeah.
But yeah, really interesting to see it on 5 with that Bloodthirsty Spear. Cool inclusion.
Yeah, it's a 1 mana relic. You don't see that too often, and it's got God Blitz. It has 2 damage. It can really help, especially against these low health creatures that Clutch is throwing out.
Yeah, I ran that once in one of these limited formats. There, I was putting together one of those makeshift big relic war decks, and yeah, I was just looking for another God Blitz relic option, and that's as cheap as it gets. So
yep,
definitely has its uses.
And yeah, the Guild Enforcers have shown up because Blades don't, you know, they're not in play. It takes out the option to remove a Guild Enforcer cleanly. You know, if you're playing Nature, yeah, you've got Lightning Strikes. But if you're any other god, it's going to be tough. You know, we might see a Death use that Ray. We might see the Devouring Blade, how we just saw it. But it's not as clean as a Blade, you know? And hey, that's what happens when you get rid of certain sets. But Prof takes game 2.
Yeah, no card is happier about Blade being banned than Guild Enforcer.
Yeah.
Definitely really enjoying himself this tournament. Honestly, a card that you could argue belongs in every single deck, aggro or otherwise. Yeah, just a really, really solid card with few available answers on curve.
What did it used to be? Was it like a 5/6 or 4/6 or 4/5?
Guild Enforcer? It used to have 2 armor.
It used to have 2. Oh my. There was like what? There was like 2 weeks where it was just whoever threw the first Guild Enforcer won.
Yeah, it was. Yeah. It used to have 6 mana.
6 mana,
armor
2
too.
armor. That's disgusting.
Yeah,
That is gross. Oh jeez. Well, we've got game number 3 coming your way, and what do we see? Nature against War, the classic matchup.
Whoa, and Clutch going second?
Clutch going second. Prof with not the. Is it going to be better? Oh, it started off bad with the mulligan, but they got the hog. You're so surprised to see Clutch going second. Why is that?
Well, it's a tournament. It's a good. It's one of my favorite bits in the Gods Unchained, lore universe. Is,
the community
Clutch
lore.
goes first. Wow, consistency from Professor here.
Yeah, I was gonna say that first mulligan, it looked awful, and now looks great. Oh,
he's
but
gonna
look
draw
at that
both
star.
copies of all of his cards in order.
Yeah.
And this can be clean as heck if this hog cooperates.
Wow.
Oh, baby.
Wow. That might that Clutch is probably saying, all right, that's game.
Man, yeah, Clutch is no stranger to winning 50-50s with an aggro nature deck.
Nope.
Wonder how it feels being on the receiving end now. And Prof says, I see your 2 2/2s.
Do I? Yeah, do
what
I?
about 3 2/2s now? I don't know. Yeah, that Marshwalker gives him an option here, but I think
I like the Bladefly. Yeah. And I feel like Bladefly is one of those cards for me personally. When I first started the game, I was like, oh yeah, okay, this is a 4 mana, whatever. Now I really get just how good it is. Because you're going 3 wide for 4 mana. You could just end a game right there.
Could indeed if you don't have an immediate answer, but I also like this line. This was the alternative there. Is choosing to spend that second Canopy Barrage, which, going against aggro war with the Cunning Challengers, with the Feral Shapeshifters, that's a dangerous ass. But what a top deck!
Oh my!
Oh.
Saying, Clutch, you need to go back to class.
We're cooking with gas now.
Let's go. Top decks come in for the Professor. And a big Red Fume. Okay. He's running Red Fume. He's going face. And
lightning strike?
yeah, I know. I was gonna say top
well.
deck lightning strike. That would have been nuts.
I mean, this is
still nuts. Like they
Okay.
could. Yeah, they're still ignore it. Yeah, I like it. I like it.
I think I'd even drop the Wiccan Trapper here, just to get something else on board. And he's going to.
He could also throw the archer
Yeah.
to put it a little more in range for when he wants to clear it. Yeah, and he grabs the archer.
Okay. Interesting.
Yeah, because
Fair
like the
play.
wildfire comes out, they'll be at 3, and then they could clear with one of the blade flies. Oh, never mind. Another red fume. Wait.
Wow.
Wait. Does this work? Is this allowed?
Holy moly.
So they can deal with it.
He's down to 1 card in hand. So he had that start and had both red fumes like on curve.
yeah,
on
maybe
demands?
he's just been
Wow.
holding them. But this is one of the biggest wildfires we've seen.
He only needs 1 blade fly to go in here, and if he does, he wins that race.
Yeah, he does. And yeah, look at that. There it is. Does the second one go? Has
Oh,
Prof been
interesting.
feeding them treats? No, Prof, you gotta feed them more treats.
I prefer throwing the 4/5 in, to be honest. But
Instead of, I'm saying instead of hitting
because it
with
gets
the...
you up to the Wiccan Trapper.
Oh, okay.
Oh, another interesting decision there. I
Yeah,
guess he
doesn't-
doesn't want to turn over extra damage,
No.
but it's fair. Okay, there is the cunning
Hmm.
challenger. That gets hidden. This is thorny all of a sudden.
Yeah, if it does, then it's like, okay, well... Oh, and it gets hit. It gets the hidden.
Wow.
Excuse me. All right. Here we have...
Good grief.
Here we have an intense situation. Shield Maiden grabbed. Can't throw it though. And a sudden bloom. Oh, my
Oh.
gosh. The
That's it, right?
top
That's it.
decks
No matter what,
are
that's it?
insane. Are you
It's a
kidding
giant,
me?
Very nice. Oh, that's not it.
That's
Oh,
not it. That's
wow.
not it. But that's so
It had to
close.
hit one of the blade flies. It did. Dang.
So Clutch just needs
blade.
a blade. So
Wow.
so it could have gone. So, oh no, wait, no. It would have been one off.
No, because the blade flies would have been able to swing twice. Once for the overkill and then once
Oh,
for the
you're
face.
right. You're right. So it landing on the Marshwalker was the was the worst option there.
Yep.
So he hits face. Slayers, I don't think he has it. No, he doesn't have it. He doesn't have it. Prof gonna be taking
Wow.
down the champion.
Oh, by the skin of his teeth.
Wow. So it doesn't matter which way you really go here, right? Yeah, it doesn't. But
Not
gonna
in the
make sure it's
least,
clean.
Yep, this is the cleanest way. This is the textbook way to go about it,
Yeah.
if I may. And,
Oh, that's a good one. I like that.
Man, oh
Clutch,
man.
Clutch coming in. Why are you roping here? Clutch, you don't get to talk about roping, okay?
Wow.
You don't
Hot
get to
meat
come in
kettle.
here. You don't get to come in
Holy
here and talk
moly.
about roping, okay?
Proper line is proper line. Well said.
Hey, I love it. We have both competitors here in the chat. We got them seeing their matches back, and you know, it brings out these moments.
That
Absolutely
is great banter.
amazing, amazing, amazing. And as always, thank you so much. Thank you so much for sending in those videos. I would have loved to have both there, Clutch. Would have loved to have that second hand, but we see Professor taking down the past champion. Is this like a new thing? Do they now does Prof have to beat you to then win the tournament? Is that how that works?
Yeah, I don't know. Prof and I don't have much of a tournament relationship there. It seems
Okay.
to just be contained to Clutch and I. Maybe it has to do with our names starting with C. I'm not sure.
It could.
If you guys have any theories,
could be
let us
that.
know.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, that's how I seeded the tournament actually, by alphabetical order. And here we have the prizes for trials number 4. Very, very nice. So those were top 128 matches. We're going to be transitioning to top 64 now. Up next, we're going to be seeing Assassinos going up against Krasen. Now, can you tell me a little bit about either of these people?
Once I see you, how you spell Krasen.
Krasn.
No.
No?
I'm not familiar with either of these players, as a matter
Would
of
you
fact.
would you mind looking them up on that Infinite Mana website with those beautiful, beautiful stats? I want to see if they have any tournament stats for either of them. I know Assassinos has shown up in a lot of events. I've streamed them before, so you know they're no stranger to these castings. Krasen feels familiar. It feels familiar.
I'm not seeing Assassino come up at all, and
Oh, really?
I'm not seeing Krasen come up either.
Wow,
Unless I'm
so,
in the wrong spot. I'm not very
Two
good at
two rogue warriors here.
internet stuff.
But they've made it to top 64. That says something, and they're gonna be fighting it out here for that top 32 spot. You can let us know in the chat who you think is gonna take it, Assassinos or Krasen.
You know, I'm gonna go Assassinos.
Okay. What gods are we seeing?
Alphabetical order. You know, last time I would have told you pretty much anything but magic, death, and deception, and I would have been completely 100% wrong. So, you know,
Right.
I'm gonna say we'll probably see only magic, death, and deception.
I'm calling, and this I don't see it yet. I'm calling for the war mirror up first.
This seems like a safe bet.
Yeah. All right. Well, we've got game number 1 here. It's between Assassinos and Krasen. Let's get into it.
I'm excited, dude. These have been great sets so far. Both 3
Yeah.
games, and came down to the wire.
Honestly.
Let's see if this follows the trend.
We love a 2-1. We love a 2-2 or a 3-2. And we get war, but not on Krasen's side. They're running that nature. And they chose Selena's Mark, which against war, that's what I'm usually picking. You know, the protected, you're healing.
Yeah, I have had some success with a more control-oriented nature build in this format.
Oh god, is that gonna happen the whole video?
What's that?
It's like pulsing. It's got a
Oh.
heartbeat. It's alive.
Curious.
Okay, I hope that's not too bothersome on the eyes, but here we have quintuple question mark against Krasen.
I changed my mind then. I think Krasen wins.
Because of the question mark. Oh, look at
Yeah.
this. The Chiron coming in.
Krasen, yeah. Very respectable, not hiding your name.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and it is one of the things I said in the rules. I was like, hey, it would be great if you didn't have question marks as your name. It isn't going to disqualify them for the rewards, but, you know, if you're here, if you're going to submit content in the videos, put your name, you know? It's imagine you went to a tournament in person, you're on the TV for the Olympics, and your name tag says box question mark. Like,
Yeah.
come
Yeah.
on.
Yeah. How do you expect to make friends if you won't even tell people your gamer tag? Yeah, seriously. Gosh, I hope they disincentivize that sooner rather than later. But hey, Krasen taking a strong lead here early. That Battle Bard on the Tavern Brawler is really nice for taking out those
Yep.
Walkers, though.
Definitely, and oh, they're not gonna do it.
Whoa!
They're not gonna go
Where
for
goes
it.
that option for?
Wait, are they gonna throw it
this
now? No.
option?
Oh, I don't like it. I liked your line a lot better.
Yeah,
I liked,
that is-
you know, the Chiron. You don't care. Chiron, you don't care about a Chiron. They throw it out unless they buff it. It's bad. It's only there for relic removal and buffing.
Wow.
But hey, they
I don't
didn't.
think this
They
game is going how either of these players really want it to, but
they didn't throw anything else with the Marshwalker. That's worrisome. And you
also,
know,
if you were going
oh,
to
go ahead.
gunpowder that turn, I would have done it first, just in case it hits like the Tavern Brawler. Then you can trade it away with the Marsh, and your Canopy might hit that 3/3.
Right.
Um,
And speaking
Yeah.
to the thing you said about names, I've been talking to Salt, and he might be able to enact something that you can't actually sign up for a tournament if your name isn't like easily legible. so we can try to limit the characters of the names, and then, yeah, keep it in client, fine. But if you're going to sign up to tournaments, it's going to force you to change that name.
Yeah, I wish, you know, like most things, I wish the onus wasn't on the community to,
Oh, yeah,
you know,
of course.
build around these issues.
Yeah.
I wish the team did a better job.
Caution, I'm not
going
to sit here and ask the GU team that's out in space somewhere to make these changes. We gotta find these other options, and, well, we can ask and we can try our best, but at the end of the day, people are going to find ways of getting little bits of advantages. And as an organizer, it's really hard when your name on Discord is like Dr. Doom and your name on the tournaments is like Little Deer. Like, it's these names are all over the place.
Yeah. We should make them like ENS domains where like you mint one.
Ooh.
Like, that's your name.
That would
so
be
if you want to be
sick.
question marks, like that's all you're ever gonna be.
Yeah, but then you can never change your name, right? Then
Right.
if you change teams or whatever, I think it should just
Yeah,
be...
just put like a little like a prefix, an optional prefix before the names.
Okay.
You know?
That
So
would be
put
cool,
TST.
yeah. If they recognize some of the teams and then that was like only certain people within the client got access and could put, you know, Infinite Mana, TST, I think that would be super cool.
Yeah, that'd be interesting. It's a clean Vicious Rend.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's
Grasson's
interesting.
stockpiling some 7-mana creatures.
I didn't expect Vicious Rend. CK called it on the last stream. He said, oh, you know, Vicious Rend, probably not going to see it, but it would have been really clean back then. Here, it's super clean.
He's gonna buff the wand with the Warmonger.
Ooh, I
Just my
like...
god power.
Do you see what Darth says in the chat? Paying gods to change your name. I love that.
Yeah, that was that's funny. That's like literally something I suggested mostly in jest. Like over a year ago was just like, yeah, make it, you know, some innocuous sum to
Right.
you know, even like a minting fee or something like that. Yeah, to change your name.
So it makes sense that since you said it last year, we're talking about it now, right?
For sure.
That makes sense, right? Okay, just checking.
Council meeting in a couple of days. Could
Sorry,
be worth
did-
bringing up again.
Council meeting? What's that? I have no idea
It's
what that
a,
is.
It's a community elected. It looks like Assassinos gonna take this first game.
Yeah,
here.
they're just going. There's not much that
Pushing
Krasen
them.
could do here. And it's
Nature's
interesting, you know.
Bounty buys that turn, but yeah.
Yeah, but I don't think they have it. It looks like just trying to get these... What? Wait, what?
That's
what?
sick.
What?
It's been a long time.
What? The bull comes out, and then the archangel. So the bull comes out, and then the archangel comes out. It's like a blast from the past here.
Yeah, this is pretty cool.
And is this? This is not.
Yeah.
This is not
Don't get
enough,
there.
is it? Yeah, it will get there. Okay, okay.
GG's.
Yeah, GG's
Well played.
indeed. And the bull, you know, the bull, they probably thought, okay, I'm gonna hold this, and when I throw it, they can't get through it. But as they can see, that war board, the archangel. Yeah, what was the archangel? Archangel used to be a 5/4 or a 5/3, was it?
5-3.
5/3. You know, Archangel got me a 21 win weekend in Mythic.
Not too shabby.
That is my best, my personal record, and it's because of that weekend with the Soul Survivor Archangel mess. I know you remember that.
Yeah, actually, I think that meta was my 25 out of 25 weekend.
Oh, okay.
With the Grand Hall was a bit better too. It gave
Well,
itself
I was
plus
telling
one
them
in
about
reach, I believe.
I was telling them about my personal record, about being 21.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to story
and then,
battle you. I'm
you know,
sorry.
it's you know, it's okay. It's fine. It's fine.
I was like, why don't I? Yeah, that's my best memory from it anyway.
No, I mean, damn,
Moving on.
25 out of 25. Like, that's a feat that we probably won't ever see ever again.
Oh, not with it being 18.
Do you think they would ever switch it back? No, right?
Gosh, man, I wish they would move towards a bigger sample size for their, you know, only weekly
For weekends.
sanctioned.
I gotta
competitive
say,
event.
as someone who, like, for me, when I do these events and I'm streaming on Saturday and I'm streaming on Sunday and it's all day, for me, I would a lot of times not be able to play weekend ranked, so I actually benefit from the lower threshold.
Yeah, that's super fair. And I think there can be a dual reward system that, you know, allows for people who, you know, have lives outside of the internet there to, you know, do what they need to do.
Right.
Nice opening from Krasen again.
Yeah, nice.
But yeah, I think also, like, you know, you want to incentivize grinders too, like the, you know, so yeah, I mean, I think taking some strides in that direction wouldn't be the worst either.
Right. Well, I think if they add, because they've spoke about adding game modes, and I think as they add the game modes, maybe that will help give those players just something else to chew on. You know, I think
another option. Exactly.
I think it's bad when you play this game, you get bored of it, and you don't have another mode to play. You know, in other games, you go from 1v1 to 3v3. You go from, you know, smaller game modes to longer game modes. And in this, we're very limited.
Yeah, I would love to see Blitz. Just like, you know, make every action obviously add time back to your turn timer, but I think it should start at like 10 seconds every turn. I think that'd be a really fun game mode.
I'm so glad you said that. So me and Wispy actually tried it out. I was like, okay, what if we had a mode where you had to, like, in the beginning of the first turn, you rope, so that every other turn you have a short rope and you have to play fast. But when we got to like turn 6, we had no cards in hand, and then we were just sitting there watching the rope go down. So it has to be something like built in. Like we couldn't. Yeah. We tried, but it didn't work.
They would have to enforce it in client for sure. Yeah, matter of time, right? Hopefully, fingers crossed.
I hope so.
Yeah. I think Assassinios plays the Janissary here and tries to set up a big benediction turn. Yeah, I feel like you kind of got it. I don't know what the Acolyte really does for you.
I like the Felid, yeah, and it makes that vexing a lot nicer. You know, they can't trade it with the beetle. Oh, you'd like it on the pacifist? I like it on the vexing, because they could clear it with the beetle if they hit with that jag. Oh, and wow, okay. So now that we know they both hit, it would have been a cleaner trade. In hindsight. In hindsight.
Yeah, 2020 hindsight is very there. This is awkward though. Like, I mean, yeah, you got choices. Could establish the new mace, drop both acolytes, and set up for next turn, or set that benediction. But
I think they do that.
Benediction had a buff strength option. I bet they'd play it here, but
caution, stop it. No, protective never needed a strength option. They've got enough on that card.
Yeah, I wish Light had more ways to go wide and buff their board.
I mean, they took away the what did they take away? They took away the Prayer of the Desperate. That was a fun couple weeks there.
Oh my god.
Everyone getting destroyed by Light. And was that when, I think that's when Clutch did his live 25 during that phase.
I would not be surprised.
It was like the Sphinx Prayer of the Desperate phase.
Yeah, there have been some really, really wacky periods of Gods Unchained.
Yeah.
I saw somebody bring up Call to Arms in the chat there.
Oh my gosh.
That might have been the worst of it. Enduring Shield with Blitz was really bad. You guys remember the original Rolling Thunder?
Oh yeah.
My God.
Yeah.
It's like 4/7/7s
so,
on.
Funny thing about that Rolling Thunder, my boy Dutch, he packed a diamond one before it got nerfed, and he sold it for like $300 or $400, and then it got nerfed.
Man, oh man.
Yeah.
I see scratch off, dude.
I see Tagayo saying he sold a $29 vexing. Like that's insane. When Core Refresh came out, it was like a whole new world.
Yeah, that was. Yep, that was a tricky time to navigate.
Yeah,
for me
ETH was at like 4,700. We were paying $60 on fees just to open a chest, and we didn't get it right away. I honestly don't know what we were thinking back then, but it was very degen. It was very it was bold.
That's for certain. Again, 2020 hindsight there.
Yeah.
And,
Ooh,
yeah,
this
we were
is-
seeing Assassinios fall behind
Yeah.
pretty hard in this game here. But yeah, the second benediction just not doing him any favors. He needed more tools to go wide to take advantage of it, not another one.
No.
But maybe there's something here with giving it another armor and front line, but it just slows him down. It doesn't really help you start doing what you need to be doing.
Right. Yeah, and Krasen just generated off that stag, which you never know what comes out of the stag. It is one of those cards that can really swing or just generate something that's crazy. Like, wait, this works here.
Yeah, that and the Ludia's Dedicant there.
Yep.
I really like that class of card, those 3 mana.
Yeah, the
blessed
miraculous
creatures that generate random stuff.
Does Death have one? And Light doesn't have one. Death doesn't have one.
Death has like a different 3 mana blessed creature. Like it
Okay.
drops a skeletal hoplite after it
Right.
dies. It's like a 3/1 with armor 1 that drops a 1/2 with armor 1 or something or other.
You couldn't get like that much value off that. You know, the stag, if you keep it, you could really just generate all the best cards that you need, you know? And same with the Miraculous Familiar, same with
Yeah.
the Ludia's Dedicant. And the Ludia's might be the
Miraculous Familiar had
strongest.
Yeah, it had a nice run. And yeah, Ludia's Dedicant is really strong because
Right.
you know, it gives you information and and value. And the value is, it's not completely random. It's within the scope of what your opponent would choose to include in their deck. So
Right.
they're probably not including garbage cards in their decks. So
Exactly. Like the stag can give you a dense fog. The Miraculous Familiar
Right.
could give
can
you
give you a dense fog. Or something like that.
That's so good. You're right. The Miraculous actually has the biggest range, right? So if you get things you need with the Miraculous, you're actually super lucky.
Oh, sorry, I'm so lucky. Yeah, those were fun times when like Palace and Miraculous Familiar were seen play.
You see,
You
you
go
would
up against
see.
Card Draw Magic. Yeah, you never know what you're gonna see. It's pretty awesome.
My favorite thing was seeing the Miraculous with Protected and Ward off of the Vow or the or is it the Vow? The
Yeah, Vow Learning.
Vow
Yeah,
Learning. Right.
for sure. Yeah, when Monolith was relevant. Yeah, we're just
Wait.
reminiscing now.
Look at this though. 2 armor is proving to be the hardest thing to get through now.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, that was the play there. It can definitely slow him down. Remains to be seen if it amounts to anything. He needs an Asterius off the top here or something.
If he does get it though, that could be enough. Like you have an Empyrean with 2
Potentially.
armor, 3 attack, 9 health, 10 health actually it'll be.
That's good too.
Yeah,
And,
this is nice.
I mean, unless Krasen finds a way to sneak up there,
See, but
question mark
Nature-
might be able to get the Rune of Strength in the Sanctum. That might be a wrap.
right, nature doesn't have these ways of dealing, like unless they have the generate or the transform cards. I don't think they do. Like in
Yeah.
this deck, they
This
don't
is
have
why,
options for that.
This is why Blade is so good. Oh wow,
Lightning strike.
wrong.
Oh no!
That's unfortunate.
Oh
That's
no! Krasen,
Does
no!
he have the second one? I think it doesn't
No.
even get him there. I don't think he realized.
No,
or
I don't
did
think
he
he
and chose
did.
to do it anyway.
No, I don't think
Very interesting.
he didn't swing.
Oh wow, another buff off the top. If you can keep finding these strength buffs, that's. Whew.
It's.
Yeah,
I mean,
he's looking
hey,
at that
it's.
Rune.
It's
So
like
hard.
you see the card, you're like, oh, it's got 2 strength, 2 armor, 5 health. It's stronger. No, it's not.
Wow. That is
Goes-
interesting.
Goes for
Why
the
not buff
Ranger.
and kill the ornery goat?
Oh,
Interesting.
okay. Nice. So they're not taking any damage with that now.
Yeah, I still don't love that. I would rather get the Rune of Strength out of the
Oh, and it
Sanctum
hits that. It hits the
I would
Empyrean.
keep stuffing the Pacifist. Because, yeah, that's the card that's going to win you the game there, for sure.
Yeah. But the goat misses the nice, clean wipe on the right side of the board. Goes for the Empyrean. Here's the Wildfire, but I think that Assassinos on the bottom, he's in a good spot here. Even if they swing, it's like, okay, what are you gonna do?
I was gonna say, if that hits the Ranger, they can stick the Rune of Strength on the Pyre Shell.
Oh yeah, but they didn't.
But yeah, and yeah, I thought Assassinos might be punished for foregoing that Rune of Strength in the Sanctum, but alas.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and Prof calling it that if they had kept that Feral Shapeshifter up, the Wildfire would have been that much sweeter. I like putting back the goat because they need a turn to go by for it to actually proc its effect. So you're delaying it like 2 turns now. Very nice. Hey, what's up, Assassinos? Please don't spoil anything. I know you're here. Just sit tight, and we're going to get through these games. I will say, though, now that you're here, we do not want to see question marks. We don't want to see boxes. We don't want to see any other characters other than those letters in your name going forward. It really does make a difference. Gotta be proud.
I mean, I can tell you, I've been playing for well over 3 years. I've never hidden my name, ever, at all, in any capacity. And everything has been so fine, you wouldn't believe it.
Yeah. And now, too, that people have, Burgeoneer put out that program that you can look up the decks when you're playing against someone that people have made their own. So you're not really doing that much by hiding your name, Maybe you get a small advantage, but at the end of the day, you got a top deck, you got to play right, you can't misplay, and then, you might get a little tiny bit of advantage.
Yeah. Yeah. An old basketball coach used to say, keep it on the court,
Keep it on the court. I like that.
Yeah, let's play the games out on the game.
So they're thinking of doing this chaining. If they clear first, they can go for just the buffs. Oh no, they can kill it off this.
Yeah. Yeah.
Very nice. Wait, no, make sure you do it right. Click the right way first. Oh, see, people get punished. He's doing it the right way, but you get so punished if you don't go the right order.
Yeah, pretty wacky card. A lot of flexibility.
It is. It is wacky.
There's the Rune of Strength take. Okay, so yeah, that's a wrap. Yeah, it looks like Assassino's gonna take this clean sweep. Not too bad.
And they were in such a bad spot at the start of the game, and the fact that they've swung it here, Nature ran out of options. They seem to have generated the worst cards from Nature. It was like a 1/2. I don't even know what card that was, but it wasn't on the board for very long. I can tell you that.
He just wanted to play Genesis cards.
Yeah, exactly.
By whatever means.
But yeah, and one of the things you spoke about was that they held the 2 protective benedictions in hand, and you're like, okay, what are you really gonna do with no board and 2 protective benedictions? Well, you're gonna give 1 creature 2 armor, and it's gonna actually carry you throughout the whole game.
Yeah, I mean, that was the play, just to slow his opponent down, but he had to find those strength buffs afterwards. And
right.
Yeah, he was finding them in quick succession. Got the Dawn, had the Theist come down if he wanted it. Eventually got the Rune of Strength on there after the chain.
I don't like leaving creatures here, though. Like, you have such a big board, why not just take out these creatures?
Yeah. I don't know. I can't think of anything that punishes you that would actually be played here.
I guess, yeah, no buffs are really... They can't proc a Sudden Bloom. They can't...
Yeah, like,
okay, yeah, maybe I'm wrong. I think I'm wrong then.
You pick a creature and, like, it attacks.
Oh, yeah, the Territorial Dominion.
And, like, ruins the rest of their board. Like,
No, I think you're... I think it is, but I think you're right. Like, you just push face, and here you can see it. They've got nothing. They've got nothing. They just took 5. Yeah, wow. You just got 10 damage out of that card. And the wrong path. Oh, wow. And is
Feels
this
bad, man.
lethal? This is 6, 9, 11, 12. They're 2 off.
Not gonna lie,
Or they're 1 off.
wasn't counting at all.
They
yeah,
are
not
1
wrong
off.
path. Try to draw it. You have another Radiant Dawn in there, right?
Oh, you're right. Yeah, wrong path it up. Aw, no, wrong path it. Looks like they took the wrong path there. Caution.
Haha. Well played. Might be the safe route. Just yeah.
I like digging for the win, Con. Like, you could have had it. And we'll see it here. If they draw any buff, then it's like, okay, you had lethal. A trial. They were holding the trial. Oh, but that's not going to be enough. The GGs come out. Assassinos taking game number 2. And, oh, they didn't have it.
That's a little mean. You don't
Oh,
have
but
to-
there it is. Wait. There's the buff. Goes 1 away.
Alas, GG's. The question marks. Assassinos. Tough go for Crass in there.
Yeah.
Well behind early. Hard to come back in that situation.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely. Well,
A
we,
lot of randomness generated off of those stags. There were 2 stags that game.
and 2 stags, and, you know, things can really happen. You never know what's going to come out of the stag. Unfortunately for Krasen, it didn't really help them, and they weren't able to take even 1 set there, or 1 game there. Assassinos taking the set, pushing it to a top 32 placement, and hey, we might see them again in this next casting, because I'm going live in like 4 hours with CK with even more matches. We might see Assassinos again. We might see one of these players that we see here on the stream. We've got 1 more match up. It's going to be Plock against Basics. Can you tell me anything about these 2?
Basics I'm definitely familiar with. Basics, if I see them on a tournament bracket, I'm definitely more inclined to pick them, especially if I'm filling out predictions there. Great player. Yeah, what was the other name again there? I'm sorry.
It was, oh, you know what? I should write it. It is on the right side, if you see here, Basics and Plock. His name is also Plokija, or Plock, Plokijh. But on the tournaments, on the brackets, they are known as Plock.
Cool. Well, yeah, not very familiar with Plock, but
They should have some
their hands
stats.
full with Basics there.
Yeah, Plock should have some stats. I've definitely seen them in these tournaments.
Yeah, we've seen it time and time again in these limited formats there. It gives a wider slice of the population a better chance at advancing in these tournaments. I love seeing the barrier to entry as low as possible, making these tournaments as accessible as you guys are. Yeah, it makes for some great and diverse gameplay. Awesome for us as casters. We get to learn about a lot of these players, from their perspective. It's a pretty awesome thing.
Yeah, and you see that right there?
Oh.
So we do have these safeguards. I know I gave a little boost to some people earlier, but you do have to watch 4 cumulative hours across the streams for this event. Some of you already have like 3 hours and change. It's great to see. Some of you might have already gotten it because of the little bug there we had in the beginning, but you can go to the website, check your watch time, check your status, and get yourself a safeguard incantation just for watching. Now, let us know in the chat who you think's gonna take this. Basics going up against Plock. This is the last set for this stream. We got another stream going live in about 4 hours with me and CK. But hey, I'm thinking, what are we seeing? I think we see Plock with Deception. I think we see Basics with Nature.
Interesting. Okay. Yeah. I was gonna say I think we go back to Basics and just run that aggro war into the ground. Again, I'm not too familiar with Plock. I could see them coming out of left field with something in a budget player's arsenal. Maybe like a zombie death or something.
Okay. All right, well, we do have game number 1 here, folks. It's gonna be Basics going up against Plock.
Let's go. Looking forward to it.
Ooh, and the nature mirror.
Okay. Simple as.
Yeah, this does, and this could be over really fast.
Yeah, depending who pops off and if either player finds a dagon.
Mm-hmm. So nice start for basics here, and they've got that Bladefly that could just extend that board if they get it down.
Yeah, could have some slow turns, depending what they draw here, but all in all, looking pretty solid.
And the canopy comes out.
Clean canopy.
Yeah, either way. And honestly, I like hitting the Marshwalker there.
Ooh.
I'm not scared that much of a hog. I'm more scared of the Walker.
Yeah,
so that's nice.
Walker gets out of hand pretty quick.
Yeah, and it doesn't have that confused, which you don't want to leave things up to 50-50s if you don't have to.
Oh, certainly not.
All right, well, again,
Yeah,
this is the top 64 of the Fight for Lysander event for Lysander's Trials number 4, the last free-to-enter tournament in this series. Up next, we have the main event, which if you don't have a spot in the waitlist, if you don't have a spot for those main event passes, you're going to have to pay 40 gods to get in. But there is more to come around that. I'm waiting on some little details to confirm. What I do know is that you will be getting airdropped a main event pass NFT from me and Aqua if you get one of those free, if you get into the first 256.
If you needed extra motivation, there it is.
Yeah.
Hey, there's another Finian. All right.
Yeah, the Finian's good
See
here.
if I can start putting something together for him. GU Basics did have those pretty slow turn 2 and turn 3s. Choosing a God Power both times. Probably going to be tempted to drop the Bladefly over the Wildfire here, but ooh, that's also an option.
Okay, so they're going to see what trades
See if
first.
this hog behaves. Ooh.
That's tough.
F.
Yeah.
All right, so we do go wide with the Bladeflies, and then we try to stick a Wildfire. See how it go.
Yeah, sounds good. Sounds like a good plan. Are you swinging? Oh, you're trying to take that out. Does it go face? I mean, if it goes face, that's nice. You don't have to go.
Yeah, I was going to say, I don't think it's worth swinging.
No, I don't think so. If it hits that fruit, makes the hog bigger, then it clears well into your hog. That could be tough. All right, so let's see what block those out. They're at 4. They could go to 5. And they've got their own Wildfire.
Good Lord.
Uh-oh. Although, Basics does have a wider board. The fruit trades in, and that's clean. Oh, I forgot about this Fae Flame. Wow, that Fae Flame swing comes in so nice here. Oh my gosh. Really? Just the full... I mean, you could call that a full clear. You're left with a 1-1 Badger.
Man, oh man.
And your Wildfire is just so far away now.
His Wildfire greater than your Wildfire.
Yeah, literally. It's just better. And Block went second here, so the fact that they got that playoff first is interesting.
Yeah. Again, that really slow turn 2 and turn 3. It allowed Block to take initiative on turn 3 there, and you know what happens on turn 4.
Yeah, you definitely know that turn 4 is so good, and this Lightning Strike might be even better. Getting rid of the hidden Shapeshifter and buffing up this hog. We haven't seen a hog get this big.
Lightning Strike range.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so important.
Yes. Oh, that is great. Yes, so great observation from Caution there. Lightning Strike's only going to do 6.
Man. Oh, that's got to feel awful if you're Basics. You've had both of those since turn 2. Waiting for a big, tall creature to kill, and it comes and...
yeah, wow.
That's a bummer. I feel for him there.
And
that hurts.
Something makes me feel like we're going to see something that buffs these? Maybe another Wildfire? No. Now, does the hog trade, or does it go face? No, they don't even swing. I like it.
In the world.
I like it. They don't even swing into it.
Yeah. It is probably the correct play.
They could Wildfire themselves here. It's not great. Neither
I
is
like
anything.
the Jag and the Wildfire. I think you have to sit it down.
Yeah, it just feels bad. Like, you can see them hesitating. Yeah, and that's what they're gonna do.
Yeah, I mean, your opponent's down to 1 card in hand. They're not that far ahead on favor. You end up with a creature that they can't trade favorably into. I mean,
unless they wildfire again. It's just.
I mean, if they wildfire again, you shake their hand and you move on to the next one. That is tough. But yeah, let's see.
The Guild Enforcer. Yeah, and he's gold.
Lightning Strike has a good target now.
Yeah, it does. It definitely does. That's what we spoke about before. Lightning Strike, one of the best options for Guild Enforcer.
Maybe.
And
this could get good.
This could really get good. So they want to trade, hopefully into.
Yeah, that goes there, and then try to hit the Mana Gardener now. Oh, okay.
Okay. Maybe because of the regen, they want to get rid of the.
It could be.
The Jag first, but the Hound you get more value off of if you swing now.
Yeah, I was just thinking the higher base health, but you're right. The regen probably takes precedent over there.
Right.
Yeah. This is really
and
close. Wow.
Singular making a really good point. The Doggin buffs the Jag.
Yeah, that's what I said. Yeah, the regen there. We could just chip into the Dagon and start getting big itself.
Yeah.
That probably takes priority.
Yeah, so if you're a new player, if you're a new player joining these streams and you don't know what the heck we're talking about, when you're playing that Doggin Wolf on the right, it procs the whole board. It doesn't matter if you have regen or if your opponent has regen, it's gonna buff it regardless. So as soon as something heals, so like that Briar, it could have gotten value. It's not because they dealt with the wolf.
Yeah, amazingly so too. They needed both confused creatures to go into it, and it worked.
Yeah.
That is huge. Well behaved.
Well behaved indeed. You could tell you feed the treats, make sure you're giving your confused creatures the belly rubs they need. Now here, this ranger is very clean. Wait. Yeah, I was about to say. Yeah. I was like,
he forgot he had it for a sec.
Like, listen to my words. The Steadfast Scout. Wait, that's not bad.
I bet he wishes it was 2 mana, but
yeah, but
not the worst get.
Again, could have been Dense Fog. That's what you always have to think. Like, I didn't get a Dense Fog, so I'm happy.
Yeah, where's the bar? It's Dense Fog. So okay, it's got to be like a big bloom or something, right? Big sudden bloom that flips this for block here.
Maybe. Okay, so we see one go face. I think we see it. Yep, that's the card they had. They had the one card.
And we see it again. It sticks on the creature that already attacked. That is something.
That is something. You definitely want it to go on the creature with regen, the creature that didn't already attack, so you could get that extra swing.
Awful spread. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, that was bad.
That was a sad sudden bloom.
Now this.
So much potential.
This Kaya in Basic's hand is interesting too, because can they throw it? Will it get value?
I mean, if this, I was gonna say if that Jag swings into the 7/6, I think you do have to drop the Kaya.
And now
he's doing it anyway. Okay.
Oh yeah, because we need a perfect trade here. Do they get it? Nope. No. Oh, they get something. Okay. At least it didn't go mostly face.
Solid.
Yeah, at least it didn't go mostly face. That would have been so bad if it went mostly face.
It's actually pretty perfect too, because if the bear stayed at 3 or above, you could get multiple swings in.
Oh yeah.
But this is pretty big in and of itself.
Yeah, it could have stayed alive here.
Wands? No, nothing. Wow.
And a canopy top
Oh,
deck.
he's not in favor.
Does the Jag go? All right.
Wow. All right, so that probably clinches it, right?
Wow. Yeah. And then look, the Steadfast Scout. If they wanted to, they can throw it here.
I don't know why you wouldn't, to be honest. Playing around Oryx, maybe?
Yeah, maybe, but they're top
Oryx
decking.
Is the win con there.
Yeah,
so.
it is. Yeah, you got to be careful. You get hit with the
well
Oryx.
Played by Basics. Yeah. Staying true to his name.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this is nice and clean. This clears the bear so nicely as well. And if I'm Plock, it's next game at this point.
100%. Yeah, really gave Basics a run for their money there.
Mm-hmm.
going second, making it all the way to like 7 2/3 mana with a pip in hand. You certainly did something right to maximize value in the early and the mid game. But yeah, I mean, where Plock was finding those plays in the early and mid game to try to equalize. GU Basic started finding it right around a couple turns ago, and puts that away pretty clean. 1-0 lead.
Very nice. Yeah, and you see them clear the Badger, the 1/1 Badger. You got a huge board. They could have gotten hit with another buff, another something. So I like that, taking their time.
If that another round hits, or not another round, the
Sunbloom
hits that Briar rather than the Bear.
It could have been a whole different story.
I think Plock wins that one, provided he doesn't get like absolutely wrecked on the distribution there. But yeah, really, really close game. Fine margins.
Are they gonna go Palace's Genius? Okay, they were hovering for a second. I was like, what are we getting here?
Looking for brimstones.
Unannounced?
Yeah, this
interesting.
is straight control. Wow.
You could get some nice stuff out of the unannounced. Like as more cards come out, that just gets more value.
Right. Yeah. Next, we need a high value afterlife creature at 4 mana for that to really take off.
Yeah, I like that. I mean, if you get the Cunning Challenger, that's pretty close, right?
Not bad.
You get a card that infinitely, always is going to proc Tempt Fate.
Yeah, this is a wild opening from Plock here. Double Skeletal Hoplite into... That's rough. Had the second bolt to handle that immediately. But very interesting. Is this just straight nethers? Okay.
Zombie nether?
Oh, they are.
It's gonna be like zombie, nether, a Nubian, throw like 5 more keywords in there, death.
Death. Just death.
Just death. Okay.
So, not the best choices.
Definitely not a, what's it called? A Highborn Knight, but
no.
It's something. It's a card. Oh, and there's a bigger card. The Rhino.
Good lord. Okay, so Plock has found their gimmick, and they are capitalizing on it. I think you kind of have to ratify that Rhino, right? And hope the Guild Enforcer gets you out of this.
They could do it next turn. I like using it, but because you're always gonna have this Stormstress play, really, unless they get the Necroceptor out and they buff them or whatever. Those 1/1 zombies, they're coming out again. So I do agree with you. I think the ratify there would have been nice.
There's the Ray. Okay, you wanted to draw that out before you play the Guild Enforcer, so that's definitely good.
Yeah, I like that. That Guild Enforcer is such a good target for that Ray. Oh,
wow,
the tracking
nice
bolt. So that allows them
plus anything. That would be amazing, but this is pretty solid.
They can
trade away the Rhino if they want.
Yeah. And then it puts it in puts that obelisk in range for just picking off next turn. It's nice.
Yeah. When does the Guild Enforcer come down? I guess turn after, but yeah, I guess really the only thing that punishes you is Plock getting that Nether Swarm Lord or whatever the 5 mana creature card is cost. It's called there.
Yeah, it's that.
It's Nether Swarm Lord. Right?
Yeah. So that they could throw a Necroceptor here and get. They grab the Battle Oryx, so they've got nothing. See, if I see that, I'm like, you have absolutely nothing in hand.
Yeah, which again, if you have nothing in hand, I think you take the card draw there, no?
Yeah.
Dude,
yeah.
GU Basics. I love that. I'm a big fan of Magnetic Blast in these limited formats there.
That's
for sure.
nice.
If you're going to see Guild Enforcers, Magnetic Blast is a super underrated card.
Yeah, that's definitely nice.
Okay, and then you get the chip, and then you can take that relic removal if they do end up finding the Necroceptor. But you have to assume they're running, right?
Yeah, you have. It's like if they don't, no, there's no way. There's actually no way they don't run that.
Unless they're throwing, yeah.
Unless they're throwing, unless they don't actually own it. I guess that's the one instance, but if they own it, it's getting thrown in.
All right, that said, you know, Block definitely still pressing. I feel like Basics had a window there. If he had ratified the turn that he Stormstressed, I think he had a window to get that Guild Enforcer down a little earlier, which probably would have served him well here.
Yeah, and they're looking
at a
at
higher
it.
life total anyway.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's a lot less satisfying coming down now. I'm still like not sure what else you do besides that. Like, so what is Stormstress really do for you?
Yeah, it's not nice. And they could just raid again. And is that lethal?
I see.
Yeah, that's lethal. If they ray it. Oh no. Never mind. Now it's not lethal. Or no.
Oh yeah. You need to get rid of the card shark too.
Yeah. I was thinking maybe they could have light bombed and raid, and that would have been lethal.
Not wrong. Still not far off.
No.
Definitely pushing to the brink. Do they take the card draw?
They could also have that card that just deals 4 damage to face.
Dangerous Ritual?
Yes, Dangerous
That's
Ritual.
Genesis there.
Oh, it is? Oh, okay.
Yeah, unfortunately.
I
For
didn't
them
know.
anyway. Double Brimstone, though.
Double Brimstone,
Same fact, right?
Yeah. That would be nasty if they get the Brimstone, draw into the second Brimstone. Maybe that's what they're looking for here.
Just chain it.
Yeah.
Why not? All right, so we finally see the GE.
Hey, what's up, CK? Thank you for the support, my man.
Yo, CK, thanks for letting me take a walk in your shoes there. I appreciate it.
Yeah. Had to give him a little break, but he's going to be coming on at 7:30 p.m. Eastern. That is in just under 4 hours from now. We're going to be going live again with more matches.
Give it up for these guys. Sewlie, you're a machine.
Oh, I
Keep it up, man.
I appreciate it. Things happened this week that we couldn't get the streams up, and I would hate to not have at least 4 streams going for these. You know, I think anything less, it's not fair for you guys to have to submit all this content and then we don't stream it. So, you know, the give and take, it's very real here, and it's only possible because of people like GU Basics who sends in these videos. Okay, so that goes out. Now, the Nightleaf Trapper is one of their options to deal with a Necroceptor. It is so late in the game that they're like, okay, we're just going to use it. If it comes out now, it's just like whatever.
Yeah, I would have much rather gotten the Rune of Strength down on the Guild Enforcer there. I guess he's probably thinking that, you know, if it's going to be removed, it'll be hard removal. Stats don't matter. Yeah, either way, thorny situation here. I feel like you have to turn on at least 2-turn lethal, right?
Right.
Like, you know, you can just God power you down at this point. So
yeah,
I would have wanted to get a bigger creature down. Focus less on
Basics,
keeping his board trimmed.
You know what they also need?
Killing him.
They need to come into the chat, get airdropped a safeguard, and then play it in this game.
That would help.
Right?
That would help for sure. Maybe an unexpected gift. Great giveaway card.
That would be
it's right in the name, right?
Right, unexpected gift. Like you were expecting something maybe a little more, you know, feasible in your decks, but here, unless
there we go. Basics gets it now. He has to push.
Right, so
he has to push. He has to win.
It's an either-or situation here. Plock needs. What do they need? They need Array.
No, or Brimstone.
Brimstone.
Anything. Even
Ray.
1 damage will do it at this point. Are promo cards allowed? Is Rat of Destruction on the table?
Rat of Destruction is on the table. I don't think that we're gonna see that.
Okay, so we got the Heirloom. Can he kill that 1/1 and God Power?
Bifurcating Curse is lethal, yeah. I don't think they have it. I think Basics, I think them throwing that Guild Enforcer seals the deal.
Yeah, I mean, that said, you know, Basics still needs to find one additional damage here. You have to assume...
Oh, you're right. No, I forgot.
Oh, wait, never mind. They just ping and take the Rune of Strength.
Oh, you're right. Oh, you're right. You're so right. And look at this. They do not have it. They can't throw anything that's going to make a difference here. Plock not able to make it. And Assassinos. Look, they got the safeguard.
There it is.
No way.
There it is.
Wow, wow, wow. The top decks come in at the right time, right? Just to show that they did have it. They didn't have to play it. Basic takes the set 2-0 over Plock, pushing it to a top 32 placing.
Yeah, get your brooms out. That was a clean sweep from Basics there.
Yeah.
Pretty happy with my pre-matchup pick. And yeah, definitely expect to see more from him going forward. The guy's a class player.
Yeah, definitely. I couldn't agree more.
Alrighty, so there's quite a fair bit more magic than I was expecting to see today. Also quite a bit more deception and death. Really heavy. I've been seeing mostly light, nature, and war.
I know. Like, I feel like we
Complete opposite
almost...
side of the spectrum.
Literally, I feel like we almost, like, put a little bias over what people thought they were going to see, and we see death, we see light, we see all these gods coming out, and I couldn't be happier. We've got some great games in today. A lot of people moving forward. We saw Clutch, the champion, going down to Professor. Assassinos taking it 2 over Krasen. We just saw Plock and Basics go at it. I mean, couldn't be happier with how these go. And then, you know, from you as a viewer, as a player, can you give us a little insight? You know, I know you're making it through these rounds. We don't want to spoil anything, but for the first, let's say up till top 64, what has been your impression of this tournament?
Just again, really, really fun. You know, I really enjoyed Fight for Lysander 3. Got to play, you know, several rounds, and all of them, with the exception of once where I saw Nubians more than I'd like. It's all been very, very, very fun. And, yeah, love the format, love the deck diversity. I like the fact that, you know, it tests your deck building acumen and your piloting skills, like your in-game piloting skills. So really, you know, you got to be a well-rounded player, and you have to be comfortable with what you're bringing to the table every game. Really, really fun.
For sure. I mean, you know, it comes with the tournaments, and it is a pleasure to watch. Now, do you have any shout outs? I know you got TST. Of course you're going to shout out, but anything you want to say, now's your chance.
Yeah, I mean, you know, TST greater than. I'm on Twitch here. You can watch me on TS Tuesdays if you'd like. And, listen to Pods Unchained. We got a new episode out. You know, we're back in a big way. I'm just going to type podsunchained.com in the chat if that's all right.
Oh, yeah, here, send me the link because I have links blocked, but if you DM it to me, I'll spam it. But yeah, that Pods Unchained, I was cooking dinner, and I was like, Prof said, you know, you should listen to this. It was the most, it was the one you released after not releasing a bunch, and now I have to catch up. But a great listen, you know, you throw it on in the background. You guys' voices are so soothing, talking about the lore and stuff. I definitely want to see you guys talk about these tournaments because you've got a lot to talk about now. You've got a whole month to recap on, and, you know, I think as you guys add more to that, it's going to be really fun to see.
Yeah, that's definitely going to be a whole episode, and it'd be great if we could have, you know, somebody who's, you know, on the front lines, totally an expert in the field on maybe as like a guest. I don't know.
Maybe we do postmortem. Maybe we talk about things that went wrong and things that went right.
Lessons learned, all that good stuff.
Might be
I
good.
think it'd be great content. If you guys want to see that, let us know in the chat. We'll make it happen.
Yeah, and check out podsunchained.com. Check out Caution. Check out Mudman, Prof, everyone from TST. But that's going to be it for the matches for today. Caution, you've been amazing as always, and you're actually going to be streaming top 8 again, right, with Mudman?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Really looking forward to it. Had a blast last time, and hopefully we get some more great games. And thanks for having me as always, dude. I really appreciate it.
Of course. Well, I'll see you guys in just under 4 hours. Caution will be seeing again with Mudman on Saturday with the top 8. But hey, that's going to be it for the stream. Don't go anywhere. We've got a little bit of a giveaway, but see everybody.